for my life. Karen Hadley here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Auckland, New Zealand. So excited to share some of the new and returning colours with you tonight. Not going to bombard you, tonight with all the colours. I'm going to just take a couple each week for a little while to sort of share them with you and how they fit in with the other colours, etc. So I will also be sharing with you the Masterfully Great stamp set, Masterfully Made stamp set. It is great, made stamp set, which so blessed to have been able to work with that ahead of the catalogue going live, because it wasn't on the pre-order, but it was in my artisan box, and that is one of the fantastic bonuses of being an artisan, that we get to get things sometimes a little bit ahead of other people, depending on what our projects will be. And mine for next month is this sweet. So yeah, was very blessed because I absolutely love it. It is exciting. So let's flick over to the desk, or let's swap over to the desk, and I can show you some things. Okay, so oops, let's find the desk there. There we go. So I can show you the outside of the catalogue, but I cannot show you the inside just yet. So beautiful colours on the outside of the catalogue. This is just some of the wonderful colours that are coming in. Just gorgeous. And the back. Now there's a die in this new catalogue that you can make all these flowers with, which is fantastic. Hi Jenny, welcome. Lovely to have you. I'm just going to swap my screen around so that I can see. So this, just while I'm doing that, this is actually using some dies. I can't remember what they're called offhand without looking in the catalogue, which yeah, I'm not supposed to do, obviously, show you. But you can make some 3D flowers with it, which is fantastic. Okay, so let's just pop that to one side. The first colour that I'm going to look at is, the first couple of colours, I want to look at the greens. Okay, so let me just swap these over. That's some yellows. Okay, so this is, just so you know, the ones that we have here already. This is Shaded Spruce. This is Mossy Meadow. This is Garden Green. Old Olive. Now this is Granny Apple Green. Now this is the new, no, this is Parakeet Party. So we've got a wonderful range of greens here, all different shades. So that's the ones we have already. This is a Lemon Lime Twist. Now it looks quite lemon. That's why I had the yellows. It looks quite lemon, but then when you put it next to this is Lemon Lolly, I think it's called. I should have my catalogue open. Hi Shani, had forgotten you changed your time. So oh, fantastic. That's good. Thank you for popping on. And this is a Daffodil Delight. So it actually looks like it looks quite green when you put it next to the yellows. So yeah, quite deceptive. And then we have oh my gosh, it's gone right out of my head. This is, gosh, hang on, I'm just going to look at my, it's these two are returning, and oh, I've just gone right out of my head. Typical, isn't it, when you go to just got to find the page. Here we go. So Lost Lagoon, that's Lost Lagoon, and this is Pretty Peacock. Lost Lagoon or Pretty Peacock. To me, they actually look a little bit sort of like Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent, a little bit along those lines. So it sort of makes me not, yeah, Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. I know them, and it just went out of my brain for that moment. So yeah, sort of having those two sort of makes it not quite so bad, because I did love those two greens. So that's just, yeah, showing you the greens, the new greens. So it's these ones here, returning the Lost Lagoon and the Pretty Peacock, and that's the Lemon Lime Twist. And that it fits in. And then just, of course, I was super excited to see the new pink bubble bath. Such a beautiful pink. I don't like pink much. Love the pink. And it is a really nice pink. So this is the other pink. Well, it's called petal pink, but when you hold that petal pink next to that bubble bath, it looks very orange, doesn't it? Extremely orange. And this is Fresh Freesia, which is returning from last year's In Colours, which this pink, when you see it next to that, does have a sort of purple hue to it as well, I think. And that's Highland Heather. So that's, yeah, Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather and Bubble Bath. So, yeah, they go together really well. And then Petal Pink. Okay, so looking at this set as well, this is it's called Gorgeously Made, the stamp set. I love the textures in this stamp set. I'll just hold that up so you can see it. It's got the stamped words that you can use for background, etc. It's got leaves, it's got these textured lines, and these sort of typewritten words, which are really cool for adding on layers as well. And then you've got the dies. So you've got the open leaf die and this more sort of intense die, more layered die. You've got this gorgeous label, which looks like, cuts like it's ripped. And then if you don't like ripping your paper, you actually can have a die here that die cuts it to look as though you've ripped it. And then we also have this, which is great because, of course, we had the other one. I've still got the paper in there. We had the other one, which was quite small, but this is a really good size, and I think it's I prefer it actually because it really pops out to make it look as though that's that ripped notebook look, which I really like. So it's all about texture and everything, this suite. Okay, and then the papers. So it's all about the ripped textured look. I have ripped a bit off the top there. So instead of you ripping and putting everything together, this has already been done for you on this paper. So this is made to look like mountains and sea and just gorgeous textures. And this is flowers. Now they're all paper flowers that have been photographed with ripped layers here. And you have got the berry burst back here again, which I absolutely love. Love that berry burst. And then this gorgeous flowery one. I'll show you the reverse sides in a minute. This beautiful flower. And now there is another flower one as well, which with a more of a blue background, so you get the two. And then you have this one, which is just lots of ripped, gorgeous ripped paper. And then this one with all the roses. I'll just show you the reverse side. Bright, yes, lovely and bright, isn't it? Just love how bright these are with the berry burst, the pretty peacock, lemon lime twist, and that there's Fresh Freesia. Yeah, gorgeous. Just love it. So I show you some other samples that I have done with this later, but we're going to use, I really wanted to use Bubble Bath, of course. So we are using Bubble Bath. I'm just going to use a basic, thick basic white matte with this. And it seems really shiny tonight on here. And I have got my Bubble Bath matte. So let me grab, so just a straightforward matte. Now I'm gonna just glue that on. So this designer series paper, of course, this one here is perfect if you are not someone that likes all the ripped look. So gorgeous field of flowers. Just put that on there. and set that aside. So what I've done ahead of time, you'll be pleased to know, I've cut this out and I've used the die to give that rich look, and I've used the other die just so you can see where that's come from, that rich paper. That means that you can just use one of these and it gives it that cleaner rich look really. Okay, so we're going to do some stamping on here with some bubble bath, and I forgot to get my, hang on, I'll just grab a piece of paper to put underneath there so that just going to add some texture onto the background of this. So bubble bath, and I'm going to use the stripy one there. Okay. So if you're not one that likes texture and stuff like that, I do, I love it, then there is still plenty in this suite, but it really is geared a lot towards people that quite like that textured look. And I'll just use some of the words. And I love these sort of word ones that you can just stamp in the background, just to give that look. And then just this. Okay, just going to do one here. And then I thought I would grab one of these small blending brushes, and I'm just going to add a little bit of bubble bath. It's even a great name too, isn't it? Bubble bath. And just a little bit of blending on there. Slightly. Okay. Then, okay, let's grab this back again. See, I'm not using the quite so bright colours for this one. I'm going to now, just a little thing about ripping. I've sort of ripped down the side, but when you rip something, if you want to have these white edges like this, or if you want to have clean, if you want the white edges, then you rip towards yourself. So I'm going to rip that way because I don't want it that long, and then I'm going to rip that one that way. And I'm just going to stick that just there. And just going to glue this on. So this is quite a quick card, but because the designer series paper just has so much interest on it. Okay. And now I've used the pretty peacock and I've cut out this die, and I'm going to pop that on there. Try not to do too much glue. She says as she puts a big blob on there. Okay. That way. I just love the shape of these leaves. Oops, so she picks it up with her sticky finger. Oh Okay, so then I already have pre-stamped, so I wanted to show you the die. See, this is just that die, and it cuts out just like it's you've ripped the ends, which really coordinates perfectly with and the other thing I wanted to show you is I wanted this size to go underneath. I didn't really want a big square, but I wanted to have the stitched look. So I just cut one out from this, and then I used the side to cut down, to cut the end and the end, and then I just cut into the shape as well. So you can use the dies to make a smaller shape or even a different shape by just using the different edges to cut it down. And I just got a small strip like that, but it's still got the stitched edges. Okay, so I have also cut out a blue piece using that same die. So I thought it might be quite good. Just going to add some layers like that, I think. Okay, so I might glue that one down. All that beautiful textured look. Okay, I'm going to put that on dimensionals. And so I got my boxes yesterday, finally, my pre-order. So we're so lucky as demonstrators, we can order our things ahead of time. Okay, so the next, before I pop that down though, some ribbon. This is some of the gorgeous new ribbon. It's got a wee silver trim on each side, but I've trimmed it right down. So I'm just going to do a double bow. And I'm just doing equal loops, top and bottom. Then I'm just going to take that over, under, and tie a knot in it. There we go. So I'd have to take that middle dimensional off. There we go. So you don't have to have the bright colours, but it is definitely a bright coloured suite, which is nice, I think, because there is some of the in colours which I'll show you. They're quite earthy, and this gives you another alternative. Right. And I've got some cute new dots. These are called tinsel gems. So they're sort of shiny. And there's some, I thought I'd use these green, which looks like pretty peacock. And I'll even do a pink with it. And one up here. And one more pink maybe. that is this card using this beautiful suite. You're trying to make a bow look so, trying to make a bow, it is easy. I'd make so many of them. So that's this card, and so just focusing on the designer series paper, really, doing all the background work for you. This is using another one. I thought this looked quite, with the colours, looked quite oriental, so to speak, like you know, the paddy fields or something like that. This was using that rose paper, and all I did was cut out some extra ones and scrunched them up and added them on top to give that sort of more 3D look with that one. And these are the ones that I did to highlight the new, so these colours are not in the suite, but I used them to highlight the new colours. So let's just pop that. This is the boho blue, and I better make sure I get them right. It takes, you've got to learn all these new colours, and it gets whoops, oh my goodness, then I just knock everything over. That was good, wasn't it? Oh, now I'm not even upright. Oh my goodness. Yep. Hope you're not getting dizzy out there. Oh my goodness. Not what not to do. You still there? Boho blue and moody mauve. I know those two off by heart. And let me just grab my. And this is wild wheat. And this is copper clay, which has got a lovely sort of reddy, gorgeous, reddy, earthy brown to it. And this is pebbled path. Hopefully, it won't take me too much longer to learn them. But they're really gorgeous, earthy colours. Yeah, I'm glad you find that funny, Shani. Oh dear. Yeah, lovely, earthy, deep colours, and I just know I'm going to get a lot of use out of them as well. And this suite was really cool to be able to show these colours, and they each in colour comes with a twine as well. So yeah, just loved being able to use that to highlight those colours. And these are the other cards. So I hope that inspires you to have a look at that in the catalogue. I really do like it. It's really quite different, and I think that is what appeals to me. It's something very different, and you know, you can be quite creative with something that's just a little bit different, even though it does have flowers in it as well, which is always a bonus. So thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully see you again next week. And don't forget, it is free postage today for your orders from Stampin' Up. So great time to order those heavy things like cardstock, etc. So yeah, just go and check your list. And take care, and I will, something you would do, yeah. I will see you all next week.